Hey guys, I thought I'd start a series on some scrap wood projects that might make you a little money in the long run. I've done these. I've made a little bit. It's not life-changing money, but it throws in a little bit. You can buy a tool here and there. And what I got today, my first one, is going to be laminated hardwood, like you'd make an edge grain cutting board, or you cut your strips, you've got the pieces. I got a bunch of these from a place I used to work. They would make stakes for surveying or construction, and they get wood that they don't like, they throw them in a bundle and they either toss them in the dumpster, or sometimes they'll let the employees take them home, if you need them. It burns good if you got a bunch of crap wood in there. Some of them have big knot cutouts and stuff in there, so they don't like those really, and really can't do anything with them if the whole board's eat up. And every once in a while they'd have a good solid chunk of hardwood that's flat or something. You pick those up cheap. Pallets, you get the hardwood pallets made out of oak or whatever. You could break them down. I don't really deal with pallets much because it's a lot of extra work, and I'm getting old, and it takes a toll on you breaking a bunch of nails out of stuff, especially them spiral shank nails, them ring shanks and whatnot. So it's pretty simple. You just like making a cutting board, you cut your strips down to like you like them. See, there's one of the reject pieces right there, but you could still use that if you were gonna plane it down, which I've done some of that too. You glue it up in your lamination, of course they're not complete yet, and then you can come out with something like this. Plane it down, you got you a nice serving board right there, cutting board, charcuterie board, anything you'd want to do. Here's one that I cut out of this was a TV tray, and the legs were busted off, but the top still had that good solid piece of wood. It's laminated, kind of light wood, but it's pretty hard. And you could do this with a jigsaw. Knock that out with a jigsaw, sand it over, run it in your router table, bust the edges down. You got your nice little breadboard, decorative hanger. I got some that I did the same thing with, and I run them out of the same kind of wood. This one's pretty thick, and then I laser engrave it, which if you don't got a laser engraver, you could burn that in there with the wood burning, or even take your little hand router with a little 1/8 inch bit and write your letters in there, give a little dark stain, sand her down. Turns out pretty good. Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with just that laminated. Here's another one. Give us this day our daily bread. This one's a little thinner. That's just a decorative hang-up board. I made a couple of these, sold them to a lady, and she really liked them. So you can make some money. I charge $15, $20 for something like that. I wouldn't go overboard. This is decorative art. It's not solid gold laced. Here's another little piece. Laminated it up, and then cut it out on the CNC router, my Onefinity. Just a little 60-degree V-bit. Just playing around with that one mainly, and that came out pretty good. I sold that one because that was just a personal one, but yeah, you cut them down and make all kind of sizes and shapes you want. It makes pretty good stock once you get it glued up and cut out however you like it. Just another idea to use scrap wood. If you don't want to try to think of something fancy to make, just make another board and cut it out of that. Here's another one that I do a lot of steel cutting on my plasma cutter too, and same idea. Laminated board on the back, cut out a front steel, recycled steel. That's scrap steel too. This was just junk steel that was, they got little cutoffs, and still got the mill scale all over it, some of the rust poking through. Cut your design out, screw it on there, glue it on there, whatever you want to do. So yeah, possibilities are endless with the old laminated wood. Now if you get enough pieces like this one, you know, good solid pieces, and then you got some interesting edge on them. This is a watch stand I made. I have sold these on eBay. I've sold one for close to 40 bucks, $35, $40 the other day. And yeah, it's just a matter of finding your audience and your customer that wants to use it. And it's just, you know, a piece of semi-dimensional oak, but it has some interesting spalting in there from, looked like it laid on the ground and got a little rotty, but not so rotty that it's falling apart. It's still solid through there, but left a lot of that bacterial color in it and shape. And got the live edge organic, and then, you know, the backside was just sawmill marks. Just kind of knocked them down a little bit, left them solid. Another piece of wood with some real nice figure. Glue it up, lay it out, hang your watches on here. That's a money maker. I've made some money off that. I've made some money off the boards. Let me see, what else do we got? Here's another breadboard style idea for you. This is all just, you know, jigsawed out. Forstner bit here, knock out your big hole. You could do it on a router. You could route your, take your router and little round cut or down cut bit, up cut, either one, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch. 1/4 inch probably be better on the hardwood because it goes a little slower in that. But there you go. Here's another little art piece I did on laminated. This was a router, CNC router. Just did up the design, a little V-bit. This is one of my first projects, so you could tell it's kind of wonky. It's a little shallower here, a little deeper over here. I think I didn't have the board nailed down good on the bed. So yeah, these are all capable of making money if you find the right customer. You know, you could do something like this and then customize them. Same with these. Johnson family, you know, put the quote on there, 2024, established 2018, whatever, you know, wedding gifts, housewarming gifts, stuff like that. Etsy, you know, I don't do a lot of sales on Etsy. I have stuff up there just because, you know, it's another avenue, but most of my stuff is, you know, I get customer requests or stuff like that. So yeah, that's the hardwood section. Do a little of that, knock that off there. And, oh, 2 more on the hardwood. Here's some other, I don't put the mallets up for sale. This is just one I did myself. Just to have a mallet in the garage and in the shop for tapping around. Dang, these mosquitoes. So yeah, that was a quick piece. Pretty good thick chunk of oak with some smaller pieces glued on the outside to keep it in there, you know, just the handle. Same way. But I have seen people selling those. If I was going to sell them, I would offer the customization option for, you know, Father's Day, best dad, best woodworker dad, something like that. But yeah, this is just a personal user, so I guess if I got to it, I could probably knock something out a little bit. Here's another one with the laminated wood. So dusty. Just the ashtray with a monogram M in it. This one messed up, so I didn't sell it, but you get the idea. Just laminated. That's some pretty thick, I think that was almost 2-inch material when I started, so it's pretty deep. But a solid cigar tray right there. Send it to Dad on Father's Day, if your dad smokes cigars, you know. And okay, for the yoke, that's probably all we got there. Let's look at another. Here's some other stuff, some live edge stuff that, let me see what we got. I do a lot of cedar cuts too. I make some soap dishes for a gal, and I cut out of the center of the wood. But most of my stuff comes in, you know, it's just slabbed, it ain't dimensional. I get it from a guy over here near me, and it's really not great wood. And he said it. He wasn't trying to, you know, cheat me out. He's like, I got a bunch of cedar that nobody wants to buy because it has holes and it's, you know, punky in the middle. And I'm like, that's perfect for me because I'll just cut out around the parts I need. It's a little soap dish. Cut a little wave pattern off on the CNC router, and this is not done yet. This is it broke off. The cedar, the only downside with cedar, very brittle wood, easy to break. So, but you know, when you get a good piece and they all stay together, sand them down, smooth them out, dip them in mineral oil, they look really great. I'll put a picture up in the overlay here, and you can see them when they're done. Sell these like hotcakes. She's got a soap shop up in Crockett, Texas, Mustard Seed Soap Company. And so yeah, she sells these out of there. I make them for her, and they go pretty good. So I see a lot of soap dishes on Etsy. Nothing quite this extravagant, but there are a lot of cool designs on there where, you know, they take the router and just cut across and then cut on the bottom, so you got airflow through here. This keeps your soap up, lets it dry right, and you know, cedar, rot resistant. So, and it smells pretty good too when you sand it off. It kind of loses it after a while, but so yeah, cedar works pretty good on that stuff. But you get a lot of, once you get the pieces cut out you want, on the stuff I get, you got all this live edge stuff, and you know, that you can't really do anything unless you want to cut some strips out of it. But cedar's not really a good cutting board material. For one, it's got the smell and the cedar oil that you probably don't want that mixing with your T-bone steak. You might though. And two, you get a bunch of, you know, the cedar, it just cracks out of the blue. You'll be like cutting along and boop, there's a micro crack in there. This one you can almost see is going to open up on us, but right through that knot. You know, and then you get a little piece like that. So, when you get them big enough or long enough, you just cut a Christmas card holder. Cut 2 angled dados in there, or, you know, run them on the table saw. Put you about a 15, 18 degree angle on it, so your card sits in there and kind of leans back. I laser engraved a little Christmas joy in every word slogan on there. Put them in some mineral oil, clean them up. They come out good. I sold a couple of these last year too, so I know that'll make a little money. But another, well, this one's out of oak, but I do make them out of cedar also. A little candle holder, votive candle holder. The same lady up in Crockett, the soap company, Mustard Seed Soap, she sells, she does candles and all kind of boutique stuff, you know. So I am super lucky that I've known her, and we've collaborated on a couple of things, and I got a couple of things in line for her too. But so yeah, it's the same. You get a live edge piece or whatever, and like this one would make a good one. You could Forstner bit that out. I put it on the router, the CNC router, of course, or you could just hand CNC it, build your little jig. Take your trim router and knock those out. Smooth out the edges. This one had a lot of wormholes, so I got some, see where I started the glue, and then I guess I glued all the way through. That's why I gave up on that one. But yeah, sell a lot of these too. She does a lot of movement on the candles and soap dishes for me, so I know they'll sell. And, you know, cedar in general just makes a good looking sign. I take this to my shows if I go, and clean it up a little bit, of course. Custom engraving, stuff like that. Smith family monograms. So there you go. Just a few ideas for some scrap wood projects that'll make some money. Now look at that. I didn't even realize that was the same piece. You could make a matching set of candlesticks out of that, or candle holders out of that one. Look pretty awesome. So I hope that helps. Just some ideas for you to throw out at you. See what you think. Scrap wood, you can turn it into money if you got the right people. So anyway, have a great one. Y'all got any more ideas you want to see? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, let me know in the comments. If you didn't like it, let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll be back later.